Okay, so first equation, we can add 5 to both sides. So this will be x equal to 25. Second equation, we can expand the bracket. So we have 3x minus 7 is equal to 2x minus 8. Let's subtract 2x from both sides. So we have x minus 7 is equal to negative 8. Then we can add 7 to both sides, and we will have x equal to negative 1. Here, with this multiplication, we multiply the numerator and denominator, so this will be 15 over 5 times 2 is 10. That simplifies to 3 over 2. Also, something you may be able to see, the 5's cancel out, and we just get 3 over 2. This second equation, we've got 3 over 5 times, we switch the numerator and denominator, so it'll be 2 over 5. So this is going to be 3 times 2 is 6 over 25. Third equation, we want the denominator to be the same. We may choose 10 as the denominator. So to get 10, first equation, we multiply it by 2. So this is going to be 6 over 10. And the second fraction, we multiply it by 5. So that will be 25 over 10. Okay, denominators are the same, so we can just add the numerators, so that will be 31 over 10. Okay, so we've already simplified this ratio. Both sides are going to be whole numbers, and also the highest common factor should be 1. So here we can divide both sides by 8. Okay, so we have 3. Okay, so Chef has 30 boxes of eggs. There are 6 eggs in each box. So the total number of eggs, so total eggs is equal to 30 times 6, which is equal to 180. Write as a ratio the number of eggs in 2 boxes to the total number of eggs. So one box of eggs has 6 boxes, so 2 boxes of eggs, okay, has 12 eggs. Okay, so the ratio, so write as a ratio the number of eggs in 2 boxes, so it'd be 12, okay, and 180. Okay, so we could divide both sides by 6. Okay, so 12 divided by 6 is 2. Okay, and 180 divided by 6 is 13. Okay, and we can continue to simplify this. So we divide each side by 1, so it'll be 1 to 50. Okay, so for the first guy, he says my y coordinate is 3. Okay, so it could be this point, it could also be this point. So it's y coordinate 3, it could also be this point. Okay, this point. So there's a lot of points here. So basically, any point on this line, okay, will satisfy this guy. Okay. Here, this lady here, she said my point has x coordinate -2. So x coordinate -2, so it can be this value, this value, this value. Okay. So basically, any point which is on this line here, any point on this line has an x value of -2. Okay, so if we looked at the green line, okay, So any point on the green line. So this point, okay, we can see that the y value is 2. So y value is equal to 2. Okay, here if we looked at the orange line, okay, so the orange line, we can see that the y value is equal to -1. Okay, let's look at the vertical lines. Okay, any point on these vertical lines, okay, the y value is different, but the x value is always -3. Okay, and for the blue line, the y value is different. Y value can be any value, but the x value is 4. Okay, so pause the video and have a go yourself. Okay, so let's have a look at this. We're trying to find the equations of the lines. So let's look at the green line here. Okay, so here the x value could be anything, but you should be able to see that the y value is 2. Let's have a look at this black line here. So the x value is different. Okay, it could be anything, but the y value is constant. As y value is negative 3. Let's have a look at the orange line. Okay, the y value now is changing. It could be anything you like it to be, but the x value is definitely the same. So here we've got x, which is -2. For the red line, the y value is changing, but the x value is the same. So here we've got x is equal to 1. For question 2, okay, the diagram shows two sides of a triangle which enclose 14 squares. It can be drawn onto this grid. What equations would form the other two sides? Okay, so we want to get our 14 squares. Okay, so here, just do a bit of shading. Okay, so here this would be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here it would be 7. Okay, so here we've got my rectangle. It's got 14 squares. Let's make a nice little line here. Let's make a nice little line here. Okay, you guys should have rulers. Okay, so you can make a much nicer, neater line than me. Okay, so here let's look at the vertical line. Okay, the y is different, but the x value is always the same. So here we can see that x is equal to 4. Let's have a look at the horizontal line. The x value is different, but the y value is constant. It's always going to be one value. And here is y is equal to 1. Okay, so we look at these explore tasks. So there's actually a variety of answers here. So here, if you decide that x is equal to 3, okay, but you may want to choose a different value. Okay, but inside here there has to be 9 squares. Okay, so this is 3, this is going to be 4, this is going to be 5, this is going to be 6, this is x is equal to 6. Here, y is equal to, you can choose any value you like. Okay, I'm going to choose y is equal to 1. So this is 1, this is going to be y equals 2, y equals 3, y equals 4. Okay, let's have a look at this one, this example here. Okay, there's lots of choices here. If you choose x is equal to 1, so inside must be 12 squares. Okay, so 12 squares, so this is x equals 1, this will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, this, it could be any value you like. Okay, I'm going to choose y is equal to 22. So this is y equals 2, this is going to be y equals 3, and this must be y is equal to 4. Okay, so with these explorer tasks, there's many possible solutions. If you have alternative possible solutions, feel free to send me a picture of them.